Good evening, and welcome to another night here at the Milwaukee baseball grounds. You are listening to Wisconsin Public Radio, and what is coming up now is Game 2 of the 1919 Continental League baseball season for the Milwaukee Dutchmen. My name is Ronald McSticks, and we are live here in the lovely Friday evening as the Milwaukee Dutchmen will take on the Chicago Teetotalers in a rousing 9 innings of baseball. The Dutchmen lost their first game yesterday in the series by a score of 8-1, and we certainly hope to see a bit more action from the Milwaukee Dutchmen as new pitchers will take the mound, and for as many hits as they did get, we hope that the run support can sort of come together, as that was the issue, I believe, last night. So nonetheless, we are ready to get going. Our first pitch is scheduled for 9 o'clock, which I believe is right about now. So let's head down to our public address announcer for the starting lineups. Good evening, and welcome to the Milwaukee baseball grounds here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Teetotalers and the Milwaukee Dutchmen. Please allow me to introduce the starting lineup and batting order for the visiting Chicago Teetotalers. Batting first, the left fielder, number 23, Umpty Poole. Batting second, the right fielder, number 27, Throat Boulder. Batting third, the catcher, number 14, Moopy Poundcake. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 3, Gert Junkson. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 11, Spray Bradley. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 20, Pomona Characters. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 12, Boxer Ribeye. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 2, Nevada Escargot. And batting ninth, the starting pitcher for the Teetotalers, number 25, Barnacle Portal. And now the starting lineup for your Milwaukee Dutchmen home team. Batting first, the third baseman, number 27, Venus Jackson. Batting second, the right fielder, number 28, Bustles Muxon. Batting third, the center fielder, number 45, Chesty Squiders. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 23, Nello Buthrot. Batting fifth, number 10, the shortstop, Benmark Stramplison. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 4, Booty Quooks. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 11, Mike Gunk. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 33, Goody Fine. Batting ninth, the starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Dutchmen, number 6, Donut Shookworth. And yes, I do believe we are going to have quite the game today. Looking very much forward to it. A lovely Friday night crowd here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I understand the Teetotalers made to feel a little bit uncomfortable by the amount of beer that is being drunk and served here at the ballpark, but I guess it is a Friday night. It is time for some refreshing beverages after a long work week. And a big swing by Umpty Poole. It's going to be at the warning track. Goody Fine gets under it. Just a few inches short from being out of here. And Throat Boulder Will swing, not make contact. It's easy for Mike Gunk. Makes the throw to Booty Coops for out number 2. Here is Moopy Pound Cake. Moopy Pound Cake was quite the problem for the Dutchman in the last game. He went 3 for 5. And you can see Shookworth is trying to give him to swing at something, and he gets a swing at it, and it should be an easy. Oh no, it's dropped. It's an error by the pitcher. And Pound Cake is in, safe at first, which could have been the 3rd out. Here is Gert Junkson. 3 RBIs. But he will ground out to the shortstop. And that will retire the side for the Teetotalers. Only the 1 error. And here is Barnacle Portal with Venus Jackson up to bat. He watches as strike 1 goes by, takes a swing at strike 2. 2 into the count. Very patient, Mr. Jackson. And is going to send that one surging up the middle, all the way back to Spray Bradley. He is on for a single, leadoff single for Venus Jackson, bringing up Bustles Muxon, who did not have the best of times. Last night went 1 for 3. The tentative is Bustles Muxon, the right fielder. And it looks like Venus Jackson is going to steal, but it doesn't matter because Bustles Muxon drops that right into center field and gives Jackson the chance to get all the way to 3rd with relative ease, sliding in. Here is Chesty Squiders. No outs. Runners on the corners. He takes a big swing at that one for strike 1. That one is high for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Inside, and Squiders doesn't even flinch at that one. Again, high for 3-1 the count. Takes a big swing to fill up the count. 3-2. Here's the pitch. And he will walk. Well, patience a virtue for Chesty Squiders, loading the bases for Nello Buthrot in the cleanup spot. Barnacle Portal, no outs. And that will be a big swing for Buthrot. Takes a big swing again. It looks like the center fielder will get under it. Yes, Bradley gets under it. But it will, in fact, be the sacrifice. Bring you home. Venus Jackson from 3rd base. So 1 run scored for the Dutchmen, and already they have proven that they're... Oh, and just as I say it, a Fancy Dan double play, a 4-6-3 for the Fancy Dan double play, brought to you by Fancy Dan's Follicle Products of pomades, shampoos, and styling salves. Put more fop in your quap. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan's products. One of these days I'll get that right. More fop in your quaff. God, who writes this stuff sometimes? Well, the check's clear, so we're happy to have them. Meanwhile, Spray Bradley has filled up the count. And we'll take that one sitting down. Stares as that one goes sailing by. And ball 2 for Pomona Characters. That one is down in the dirt. Goodness me. Shookworth walking on 4 pitches. And Characters is on first. Here's Boxer Ribeye. That one is high, and you can see his pitches are all over the place. Oh! Oh, goodness me! Well, without a flinch, Boxer Ribeye takes one in the thigh and has now put runners on first and second. That is going to be popped foul behind the backstop. Oh, again looking for the knees. Again is Donut Shookworth. I'm very concerned by the lack of control in this pitcher, but he will strike out. Nevada Escargot bringing up the pitcher, Barnacle Portal, who takes strike 1 looking. Portal dribbles that one into the infield to the shortstop, making the throw to retire the side. Well, Shookworth walking one and
now bat number 4.
oh, walking two, the other being hit by pitch, and gets himself out of a jam. Or I guess if he's Donut Shookworth, out of a jelly. Barnacle Portal. That one's going to be a line drive right to the second baseman, and Characters makes the throw to Junction. Yes, I understand the male hysteria is all the rage. Thankfully, to my knowledge, I have heard no reports from the clubhouse about Donut Shookworth. Don't believe he's had any sort of hysteria. We hope to keep it that way. I think all of our players need to be of sound mind and body, of course. And that is Spray Bradley getting onto that one for the third out. 1-0 after 2 innings. Donut Shookworth taking the mound yet again. This time for Umpty Pool back at the top of the lineup. 3 runners have reached base. That is going to be a single for Umpty Pool. The first official hit of the game. The 4th man to reach base for the Teetotalers. Of course, the first being on an error, and the other 2 were walked and hit by pitch, respectively. That is the first hit of the game here in the top of the 3rd. Bring up Throat Boulder, who takes it on the hip, hurls his bat, and you can see Donut Shookworth really struggling mightily. And that, you can tell, can the fielders rally around him? Yes, that will help a fancy Dan double play. The fielders around Donut Shookworth are coming to his aid and recording 2 outs with only the 1 runner on 3rd, and that should again out of a logjam are the fielders of the Milwaukee Dutchmen. They're bailing out Donut Shookworth yet again, keeping that runner on 3rd and retiring the side. Bottom of the 3rd, it's Shookworth himself at bat. And he will strike out going out to the top of the lineup. It's Venus Jackson yet again. Swings that one a bit late, fouls it off. Ball 1 is low. And that's going to be smashed into the outfield, off the wall. And he will go into second, sliding in. He is safe at second, a stand-up double to start the inning. Bringing up Bustles Muxon. Muxon takes strike 1. Swing at that one, it's foul. It's not going to be playable as it just drops into the dirt. Ball 1-1-2 the count for Muxon. Big swing, but it's going to pop up foul. It's an easy play for Pound Cake. And the first out is recorded. Chesty Squiders walked in the first. Ball 1. Smashes that one to the gap in left field. It should bring home Jackson. And it does, in fact. They had to cut off the throw. And keeping Squiders at second for an RBI. Here is Nello Buthrot with an RBI himself. And I say, Squiders is ready to run on any hit. Might want to, head back there. Although that is the third out, popped up foul. And that retires the side. So the Dutchmen get a second run on the board. Here in the 3rd inning, top of the 4th, it's Spray Bradley, the center fielder. First pitch, first hit. It's an easy one for Stramplerson. And Kooks makes the catch at first base. There's Characters. Pomona Characters, I believe, was walked in the 2nd inning, I recall. 3 balls, not intentional again. Shookworth control all over the place. That is a ground ball to Stramplerson, makes the throw to Kooks. Here is Boxer Ribeye, was hit by a pitch earlier in the game. Glad to see he is still okay and ready to bat. Again, tough as leather, some of these players, and smell just as good as fine leather sometimes. Or not so fine leather. You know, leather can have many different smells. That should be an easy one for Booty Kooks unassisted. Makes the third out by jogging over to the bag. At the bottom of the fourth, Barnacle Porter will face off with Benwalk Stramplison, the shortstop. He is going to smash that one foul into the first baseline seats. Big hit, and it goes right to Boxer Ribeye with the line out. Line drive right to the shortstop. Ribeye with the catch. Oh, and maybe moving Booty Kooks off the plate just a little bit is Barnacle Portal. And he does make contact on that. In with a single. As Bradley recovers it in the outfield. Keeping an eye on Stramplison on Kooks, as Mike Gunk fouls off two. That is 0-2. 1-2 as that one is high, not fooling the catcher, Gunk. And he watches that one go by for the second out. Bringing up Goody Fine, the left fielder. He's going to make contact with that one. It's going to be high and far. It goes right to throat Boulder for the out. Well, at the end of 4, it is 2-0. The Milwaukee Dutchmen still in the lead. Already doubling their run total from last night's game. And first pitch is popped up into shallow right field. Mellow Buthrock, the second baseman, backs into the outfield, backs up to the grass, and makes the catch. Here is Barnacle Portal, the pitcher. Swings on a low pitch. Foul. Swings again. It goes through the glove of Shookworth, and Portal will be on with a single. Here's Umpty Pool. Ball 2 for Umpty Pool, taking his time on this. Finding the right pitch to swing at, and he swings, that one goes foul. And that is going to be popped up deep into center field, waving off all the other fielders. Is Chesty Squiders. Makes the catch for the second out. That was foul and sent a couple fielders scrambling to dive for that ball just in case it was ruled fair. Another big swing. Looks like it should be easy for Squiders. He gets under it, traces the trajectory of the ball, and records the out. Well, a bunch of zeros. Very happy to see on the Teetotalers side. And Donut Shookworth, the pitcher, up with that one. Oh, off the ankle of the pitcher, but Junction able to make the catch thanks to Boxer Ribeye. I think the off the foot of Portal helped slow it down so the shortstop could get it. That is going to be foul for Venus Jackson, top of the lineup again. Oh, gets him off the plate a little bit. That is strike 2, right down the middle. Swings at that one, foul. Still 1-2 the count. And he's going to smash that one right into the glove of Spray Bradley for out number 2. Bringing up Bustles Muxin. He will take strike 1. Very patient hitter is Muxin. And he waits for it, swings it right into center field with a ground ball for the single. Bringing up Chesty Squiders, 1 for 1 with the double, the walk, and the RBI off that double. Looks like they were looking to steal, and there is no option. Well, able to get the, made contact, but he was able to get the out at first. Making it a scoreless 5th inning. I gotta say, I wouldn't want to call it a pitcher's duel necessarily, but it is certainly a very defensively minded game all of a sudden. The fielding of both sides is really coming alive for their teams to make up for some strange pitching conditions. That's going to be popped up to center field. Chesty Squiders recording the first out here in the top of the 6th. And I'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Salt, the newest fad of a seasoning. It works on meat, it works on vegetables, it even works on your snack foods. Salt. Try it on everything. Found wherever seasonings and salt is sold. Full count for Gert Jungson, and he's going to walk. And Gert Jungson is a threatening hitter. You're going to have to work around to try to get him to swing at something. He didn't bite that time. That is right down the middle for strike 1. I recall Jungson went 2 for 4 yesterday with 3 RBIs. And a home run. And he gets him looking, and boy, goodness me, is Spray Bradley upset with that call. Fills up the count for Pomona Characters. And gets it on a line drive into the... Oh, well, throwing it to third to keep the runner at second. I was a bit confused by that throw. I was a bit worried that was off target. And coming in for relief is Food Thoyd. Food Thoyd. The first pitch is a pop out to end the inning. So Donut Shookworth, his day will come to an end, pitching 5 2/3 innings. And Food Thoyd, who replaces the unfortunately retired. Trying to remember his name. I don't have it on my list here. We didn't kill a man, so it was hard to remember that. But nonetheless, we did in fact... that is a huge catch. Here comes Booty Quooks. Yes, melon sock sprain, the unfortunate death. Not death, but basically dismemberment of melon sock sprain. Never will pitch again. Not even certain if he can walk upright again, ever, after a contusion of his body, put him out of baseball forever before a game was even played, and that is going to be an easy catch for Spray Bradley to end the 6th inning. Food Thoyd takes the mound, having pitched basically has thrown 1 pitch. He faces an 0-2 Nevada Escargot here in the end of the lineup, and you've got to imagine a pinch hitter is probably on deck for Barnacle Portal, who is on deck. Hops that one up. Should be easy in shallow left field. Stramplerson waves it off, says he's got it, and he does in fact have it. Barnacle Portal will be coming out for Curtis Burgess. A backup catcher will be pinch hitting. He takes strike 1. So that means they will probably be going to their bullpen. They have a couple of... and that's going to be an easy catch for Goody Fine. Underhands it, but gets it there. Here's Umpty Pool, top of the lineup, with 2 outs for the Teetotalers. 2-0 the game. Teetotalers 8 runs yesterday. Unable to get anything off of this Milwaukee pitching. And Food Thoyd really throwing it hard and well. That is ball 3, 3-1. Big smash on that one. It might be going high and far. It's not far enough. Squiders making the grab for out number 3. And Derry Hamper, I believe we saw Hamper come in yesterday in relief for Malort Jepson. Pitched 2 strong innings, if I recall. And that is swing for strike 1. Look again, I believe, yes. No, I take it back. He did not, in fact, come in. That's going to be, this is Derry Hamper's first appearance in the Continental League. I must have been thinking about one of the Promenade games. And indeed, looking lively is Mike Gunk with that double on 0 outs. And the beauty of that is a single hit by Goody Fine breaks up a double play. Here is Food Thoyd batting, and he will swing hard at that one. It looks like it'll be a pop-up. They're going to be arguing who gets it. It's going to be the center fielder, Spray Bradley. And that is going to bring home for a 3rd run Mike Gunk. So a sacrifice fly gives Food Thoyd a run batted in, and here is Beanish Jackson on 2 outs. Swing, that's going to be an easy pop fly for Ribot. And we look at Throwed Boulder, top of the lineup for Food Thoyd here in the top of the 8th. Gotta wonder if they will be going to their closer in the 9th. But they have to get these 3 outs to go. 11 pitches only for Food Thoyd. 1-2 the count. 2-2, trying to get Throat Boulder to chase something. He will swing and hit that one foul. 2-2, still the count. 3-0. And that is going to be swung out. It's going to be shallow into center field. And Squide is able to get underneath it. Here's Moopy Poundcake, and really facing the meat of the lineup for the Teetotalers. This is where Food Thoyd will be tested. And he gets him jammed. Food Thoyd able to throw it right to Cooks himself. 2 outs. Here is Gert Junction, 0 for 2 on the day. Not what we expect for Junction, who had a great game yesterday. And he is going to get jammed as well. The throw to Cooks is very easy, and 3 outs on 3 batters, shutting out the Teetotalers in 8 innings. Here is Bustles Muxon facing Derry Hamper. And he's going to pop that one foul. Should be playable. Looks like, yes, Poundcake's going to call off the run, the fielders, and take it himself for the first out. Pop-out fly. Chesty Squide, as the center fielder, has been very busy, making lots of catches. And oh, comes off the glove of Escargot, unable to make the throw. We'll have to see if that is registered as an error. I don't think they're going to score that an error. I think that'll actually just be off the glove and a single. And that's going to fall into the gap. Yes, it will. It is played by Spray Bradley just up to the warning track. It is now going to be 4-0 to the Dutchmen. Huzzah, huzzah. And that should be an easy play to first.
Now batting, number 4.
Getting out Benmark Stramplesen, but a runner still on third. And that should bring home the runner from third. 5-0 for the Dutchmen on 2 outs, with Booty Quooks on first with an RBI. Here's Mike Gunk, smashing that one, keeping the train coming. Derry Hamper having quite the day out there. Runners on first and second. It's Goody Fine, the left fielder. And you have to wonder if Food Thoyd will come in. He is on deck. Or will they go to Bood Hooges in the top of the 9th to put an end to this game early? And that is a diving catch for Escargot. Makes the throw to first. And they will not record that the error. That will not be recorded an error. So Chicago, top of the 9th. And Food Thoyd will stay in facing Spray Bradley. Bradley, characters, and Ribeye, the middle of the lineup, 5, 6, and 7. If the Dutchmen want to get this game over with in 8.5 innings, that's going to be 1 out away. Chesty Squires with the catch. Bringing up Pomona Characters, who's 1 for 2. He did walk, and he has a single. Big swing at the first pitch. 22 pitches for Food Thoyd. Pitching 3 1/3 innings in 10. Intent is the intent. Should he complete this game? And that is right to Beanish. That is right to was that to Beanish Jackson? Yes, it was. The third baseman, Beanish Jackson. The final out is Boxer Ribeye. He's gonna pop that one up into shallow left field. Ben Mark Stramplinson calls it a day. And huzzah indeed, the Milwaukee Dutchmen get the first win of the season here in 1919. They put away the Chicago Teetotalers with a 5-0 shutout game. Supported most definitely by Food Thoyd. And that is your final score. The Milwaukee Dutchmen, 5 runs off 11 hits with only 1 error. And the Teetotalers, no runs off 3 hits and no errors. Some of the notable players. There is your box score. And the winning pitcher is Donut Shookworth. Pitching 5 2/3 innings. Only allowing 3 hits. And striking out 3. The loss goes to Barnacle Portal, who did with 2 earned runs, giving up 6 hits in 6 innings. And the save goes to Food Thoyd, pitching 3 1/3 innings. No strikeouts, but a lot of help from his fielders. And getting the save is Food Thoyd. Now let's take a look at our finest dandies of the day. The third finest dandy, Nello Buthrot from the Dutchmen, going 1 for 3 with a double. 2 RBIs off that double and scoring a run himself. The second finest dandy is Donut Shookworth. The starting pitcher, they're going to give it to him for the win. I must say, I think we're a little nervous, but his fielders definitely rallied around and helped out with that. And the finest dandy of the day goes to Chesty Squires, going 2 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a run. Indeed, Chesty Squires brilliant in the field as well. But that will do it for us today. Just to recap, again, the Milwaukee Dutchmen, their next game will be, they have a day off tomorrow. They will be back on Monday with a game against the Chicago Teetotalers before the Teetotalers head off to another game. And the Dutchmen will welcome the New York Haberdashers on Tuesday for a 3-game series. So a nice homestand to open up the season. They improved to 1-1. The Chicago Teetotalers fall to 1-1 as well. And after today's earlier results, it was the Teetotalers losing 5-0. And after these results, we believe we have 6 teams at 1-1. After the New Ohio Debonaires did defeat the Pittsburgh Presbyterians. And of course, we know that earlier on we had the Philadelphia Brown Trousers getting a win on the road at New York, 4-3. So all the teams that have played today are 1-1. And the only teams that were off today were the Boston Ruffians, who are 1-0 after defeating Amalgamated Baseball Holdings 0-1 yesterday by a score of 6-1. Of course, that game is tomorrow. Again, we will be off the air tomorrow with no baseball to be played in Milwaukee. We'll be back with Wisconsin Public Radio and coverage of the Milwaukee Dutchmen Monday as they close out the series with the Chicago Teetotalers. Until then, this is 9XM Wisconsin Public Radio. My name is Ronald McSticks, and we will see you at the ballpark.